Good morning. My name is Dayna Cole, along with my teammates,
Breanna, Luckett.
Rainier, Galinato.
Matthew Johnson.
and we'll be reporting on our Mexican Grill ergonomic study. So the focus on our study was the production of burritos and burrito bowls at a local Mexican grill. Currently, the customers walk down the workstation and request different ingredients for the different types of food, such as a burrito or a burrito bowl or even tacos. For this report, we'll focus on the burrito and the burrito bowl. And also, the Mexican grill is known for their fast service. However, when there is a high amount of customers there, the amount of time it takes, the wait time for the customers increases. So in this report, the key questions that we want to answer is what is the overall time to make a burrito bowl compared to a burrito? We'll focus on burrito bowls and burritos and not the other options because these are the most frequent. What is the average wait time for each of these two items? What is the average time for the following food stages? Preparing the food, assembling the food, and then post assembly, which goes on to the checkout. And what are the most popular ingredients and their placement within the workstation?
For the methods, our first method was doing a MODAP time study. We went to this Mexican grill and observed 30 minutes of data collection during peak lunchtime hours. We observed 10 burrito bowls, 10 burritos, and 2 workers. To analyze the time study, we collected average overall times for each food item, and we split the process up in 3 stages: preparing, which includes for burritos, warming the tortilla, and for burrito bowls, grabbing the actual bowl. Assembling for both stages include putting the ingredients onto the burrito or the burrito bowl. Post-assembly was a stage that included wrapping the burrito or closing the burrito bowl if the burrito bowl was take home. For our MODAP study, we used this following data collection sheet where the data collector was able to circle which MODAP option was used while we were observing the workers. We weren't allowed to video record or take pictures of the process, so we had to actually be there in person. And for instance, if a worker grabbed an object, moved it, and placed it, we would circle G0. Next line, circle, for instance, M3, and lastly, in the last line, circle P0. Our next method was a questionnaire where we questioned frequent customers at the college level and asked them their most frequent ingredients that they use when they're at this Mexican grill. We analyzed the questionnaire by graphing the frequencies of each ingredient and pairing it up with their workstation layout.
We analyzed the MODAP's data and found that a burrito bowl and burrito takes approximately 75 and 81 seconds respectively to complete. For both products, most of the time spent to completion was due to idle wait time. This wait was in the middle of the first worker passing the product to the next worker to finish up. The long wait times were a result of the number of customers at the time, so the second worker could not start finishing the next meal until they had finished the one they are currently assembling. It could be assumed that the total time it takes to make the products would be decreased with less customers. The questionnaire. This slide highlights the common MODAP elements that are displayed on the right of the slide. In our analysis, we determined that grab and movement elements are the most common for each food item. And since there are 2 workers in each station and they pass the product down the line, walking is an insignificant MODAP element. The questionnaire results were quantified to show which ingredients are most popular among customers. The findings indicate that the most popular ingredients are lettuce, cheese, sour cream, and tomato salsa. A close look at the workstation shows that the top items are located in the very front of the workstation, well within reach of the worker. Furthermore, the top 4 items were stored in larger containers, which is beneficial as it reduces fatigue caused by constantly replacing the high-demand items.
Given our MODAPS analysis, we do have some recommendations for the Mexican grill. Pre-measured utensils can be designed to hold the exact amount of ingredient to be used for the burrito or burrito bowl. This will reduce the number of times a worker has to reach for the same ingredient. Workers are required to stand for long periods of time as they work, so we propose that workers be placed in chairs to prevent excess worker fatigue. Finally, given that preparing burrito bowls generally takes about 6 seconds longer than preparing burrito bowls, we recommend a system that provides pre-made warm tortillas for workers. The current setup of the Mexican grill places the most popular ingredients closer to the worker to minimize wasted time reaching and bending over to retrieve the most requested food items. The utensils give workers the means to quickly retrieve these items with minimal fatigue. Finally, the current workstation minimizes food contamination by providing utensils specific to certain food items. Overall, we found that the Mexican grill uses a very efficient ergonomic setup. The Mexican grill workstation setup can be used as a good model for other restaurants that need to quickly and efficiently make food in an assembly line type setup. Any questions?